Hi, hello friends, I am your Worldpedia speaking. India's DRDO has invented a new hypersonic missile. India and Japan have made new plans. Suddenly, Russia's war plans have changed. NATO and especially Ukraine have been insulted. NATO leaders who insulted the Ukrainian leader. In this Russia-Ukraine war, we are going to see some shameful things that NATO can do. Some people say that the Russian army is a useless army. Russia's soldiers are useless soldiers. I have heard some people talking about this even now. Look at the four most powerful armies in the world. America, Russia, China, India. Russia is still in second place in this list. See if the Russian army is a useless army or not. I will tell you the evidence for that. You find it out. If a single NATO member speaks directly to Russia, and if Ukraine is made a NATO member, then Russia can go to war with them. Or they can get ready for war. Tell me. A NATO meeting took place. No one spoke. There is nothing like that. There is no evidence for that. In such a situation, how can some people underestimate the Russian army? Tell me. If Russia is really a useless army, it is very easy for NATO to steal 5 lakh soldiers and crush Russia. It should be done. Why didn't they do it? Why didn't it happen? Tell me. If Russia is a useless army, why didn't they make Ukraine a NATO member and use the 5th partition law in 5 minutes to solve the problem? He is the boss. Why should such a big boss follow the rules? There is no need to follow the rules. Because nothing like that will happen. That is also because, Russia is such a huge power, such a huge army, such a huge number of soldiers, such a huge number of weapons, such a huge number of leaders. In America, there are only a few intelligent people. So-called military strategists and experts. They know very well. Some of the intelligence people, the military strategists, America's Pentagon. They know very well about Russia. They know Russia's secrets. There are craven fools in Europe. The reason why they fight is because they are ignorant fools. They are all half-baked politicians. Not like that, these security experts. These experts will stop the war against Russia. They can't eliminate American soldiers, people, and the whole country. Because, they can use Ukraine, Ukrainian soldiers, and Ukrainians as a test group, as a test level. These are the people who make such decisions. For many years, in the dirty propaganda of the American world, all American people are being cooked. They are cooked by their dirty propaganda. The American countries can't be eliminated. These people also believe. But, the truth is, if NATO goes to war with Russia, they will be cut into pieces. This is known to America's military experts. They will be cut into pieces. Look at yourself. Look at the news that came on March 22, 2022. Look at the news that came on March 25, 2022. In 10 days, Russia will not have enough weapons to continue the war. That means, Russia is a failure. Then, in September 2022, Russia's drone weapons will all be empty. So, Russia will not be able to continue the war. Then, Russia will not have enough weapons. These are the news that came in the first few months of the war in 2022. Then suddenly, sorry, we said it unknowingly. Russia's drones and other weapons are not empty now. They are not empty. We said it unknowingly. Actually, do you know what they should have said? Sorry, Russia's drones and other weapons are not empty now. Everything is empty now. We should have lied to them. But, you know this America's world. Similarly, you know America's leaders well. Russian military might means, Russia will never be short of missiles. That means, Russia's power, Russia's huge stock, will never run out. This is the truth. Look at yourself. There are missile production and supply lines for many years than Russia. That is Russia's great power. Look at another fake news. In another 100 days, Ukraine's capital Kiev will be destroyed. Russia will win the war. This is another fake news. Russia didn't even say this. It was said by American media. American Fox News, British BBC News, all these media spread this fake news. Putin, Lavrov, Putin's, Russia's, no administration, didn't spread this news. No Russian official spoke about this. This news was made by America. This news was made by America. They spread this fake news for 3 days. Then, Russia couldn't do this. Russia couldn't achieve this. This is the shame. This is the propaganda to spread fake news. This is the strategy used for elections in some countries. Is this better than Russia anyway? We should see what is the truth. Before talking about Russia, the world's biggest nuclear power, before talking about Russia, we should use the little brain God has given us. Isn't it, you tell me? Stupid questions are being asked. They should stop spreading unnecessary news. Russia is the world's second biggest military power. Not only that, Russia is a country that can't win by doing any kind of attack in the world. This is the truth that everyone knows. But, NATO will never agree to this. This is the truth. Even American countries will not agree to this. In Russia, there is no one who is against Russia but supports America. There is only one group. Maximum 2 groups. One is the group that always supports Russia and the other is the group that always opposes America. Secondly, the group that always supports Russia and the group that opposes America. These 2 groups are in Russia. In Russia, there is no one who opposes Putin. For everyone in Russia, the first objective is that everything that happens in Russia is right. No matter what America does or what NATO does. If it happens in Russia, then it is right. Only people who believe this are in Russia. Right, the Agni Prime missile ships in India's missile thought. So far, our Agni series missiles have been a very strong power in India. But, as you know, in the last 3 to 4 years, the series of Agni Prime missiles have been being upgraded. An important news, 2 weeks ago, our Agni 5 missile, as it was launched on our border, some photos, the Agni 5 missile in the canister, was placed inside the canister, and was taken by a vehicle. A photo was taken as it was launched on the border. After that photo, an important report was that, just like how India has been concentrating on the Agni series for a long time, now, the Agni Prime series has been concentrated, focused, and developed. That was the news. Voyager Space Science MEU with ISRO and in space. Voyager Space Science MEU with ISRO and in space. DRDO developing endothermic fuels for hypersonic applications. For the first time in the world, India's DRDO has found this hypersonic fuel. In this hypersonic fuel, there is a fuel that needs to be filled. For that, they have found an endothermic fuel. Generally, in this big hypersonic fuel, whether it is America, Russia, or China, whoever's fuel it is, in this hypersonic fuel, there is a ramjet engine. When this engine is fueled, the biggest problem in this is, how fast this engine heats up. In many countries, to cool this, many technologies have been invented. Instead of 1 or 2 engines, if 3 or 4 engines are used annually, when the weight of this hypersonic fuel increases, its efficiency decreases. Why do they keep 1, 2, or 3 engines regularly when one engine heats up due to the fuel? If it fails, or if the cut-off time is over, the second or third engine needs to be switched on. To keep it running, they keep many engines in the hypersonic fuel. But India, since they have found an endothermic fuel, its major strength is, when it burns from the endothermic fuel, there is a gas coming out of it. That gas, when the fuel burns, there is a heat coming out of it. The gas goes around it, to cool it. So, for the first time in the world, DRDO has invented an endothermic fuel for this hypersonic engine. When it burns, the gas coming out of it, burns and cools the area around it. So, this ramjet engine, the ramjet engine in India's hypersonic fuel, can run continuously without any hindrance. It can go as far as it wants. In the future, the hypersonic fuel from other countries can travel as far as it wants. This is the reason for the use of endothermic fuel. India and Japan discuss furthering cooperation in semiconductor design and manufacturing. Today, the biggest problem in the world is the semiconductor, the chips manufactured by microprocessors. Today, the biggest conflict between America and China is the semiconductor. In order to tackle this, as India has a lot of manufacturing capacity and resources, India and Japan together, it is almost equal to joining Taiwan, India, and Japan together, to discuss how much semiconductor can be designed and manufactured in India. Joint vision of PM Modi, President, joint vision of PM Modi, President Biden will do wonders. That is, the U.S. Ambassador to India, Eric Gadsby, he is in India now. He is meeting with the leaders of India. Look at the news he is publishing. India and America, that is, India's Prime Minister, and America's President Biden, he says, simple. If India and America join together, no one can imagine the wonders that will happen. He has said so. To some extent, it can be said to be true. But you all know, it is not that easy to believe in America. We do not need to believe. Okay, Prime Minister Modi leaves for 3-day visit to France, UAE. France and UAE, this is an important trip for both countries. From France, a lot of weapons-related studies will be done in these 3 days. Wait for 2 to 3 days. The news will keep coming. It may be Rafale submarine, it may be submarine, it may be a non-weapon agreement. Many plans are going on, my dear friends. Okay, India-France talks for engines for next-gen anti-genius fighter aircraft, multi-role choppers, and advanced stage. Already, a deal for a warplane engine for India and America has been completed. The agreement has been made. Price details, those deals have been completed. Now, India's next-generation fighter jet, for that, multi-role helicopters are there. Helicopters that can be used for different purposes. Helicopters that can be used for different purposes. For that, an agreement to make an engine in our country, is going to be made with France. A big news, a breaking news has come. India's L&T signs ship repairing agreement with American Navy. Already, last week, in Kerala, there is an important shipyard. There, for the first time, a big ship of America has come to repair. Now, the L&T firm in our country, and the shipyard of America, have directly signed a new agreement. Hereafter, for the important ships of America, if there is any repair, any problem, they can come to India, to India's shipyard, they can come there and repair it. Okay, Godrej Aerospace targets Airbus, Boeing, supplier says, India, jet otters, soar, that is, the demand to buy India's warships, it is rising like a rocket, the news has come. For that, the individual firms that can give parts to India's warships, they, with big firms like America, France, have come to make big deals, reports have come. Upgrade to high-end technology for safeguarding borders. This is definitely something to be done. In India's borders, China, Pakistan, let alone Pakistan, to fight against a country like China, or to stand against it, and to safeguard our country's borders, for the most powerful new weapons, whether we are an army, or an air force, or a navy. Everyone, for the most powerful new weapons, has to be upgraded, has come a report, definitely it should happen. India's INS Chennai, India's indigenously built stealth destroyer, INS Chennai, arrives in France for Bastille Day celebrations. For the Bastille Day celebrations in France, Modi has gone. Our country's big Air Force officers, naval officers, military officers, army officers, everyone has gone. In our country, INS Chennai, stealth destroyer ship, that ship too, in that big event, participates in that. Another important breaking news, friends, India launches tender to procure, 24 times 10 to the power of negative 5th series, Shinkansen bullet transits from Japan. In Japan, the E5 series, Shinkansen bullet train, do you see it 24 trains, for our country to buy, tender has been given. For that order, tender has been kept by India. IIT Kanpur, develops artificial intelligence, enabled suicide drones. It can destroy targets, up to 100 kilometers. The IIT Kanpur in India, do you see it, all the students there, the lecturers, the Australian students, all together, in the lab there, a suicide drone, a drone that can destroy itself, has been discovered. This is completely, artificial intelligence enabled. It automatically decides, who to attack, how to attack, automatically operates and can destroy itself, after attacking, a drone that can destroy itself, up to 100 kilometers, can travel with this drone, and attack. All are great news. Don't go away like that. Today, this NATO insult, or the insult met by the Ukrainian authorities, I spoke about this video, don't forget to write your opinions, in the comment section. Our hypersonic weapon, the endothermic volcano, don't forget to write your opinions, in the comment section. If you like this video, like it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, watch the other videos, you will definitely like it. If you like it, just subscribe, my dear friends. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching all my videos, and supporting my channel, until I come back, with my next awesome video, it's bye-bye from Worldpedia. Stay safe, stay positive, stay active, and stay fit, and always dream big in your life. We should always believe that, we can achieve anything, anywhere, my dear friends. And, as I always say, please, take care of your parents at home. Take care of your parents, at your home, with happiness, my dear friends. Thank you. Thank you.